Yeah. To the force media. Yeah. Southern Force in the building. Turn the speakers up. We don't just watch, we break it down and cut it up. They said react channels everywhere. What make you different? We don't just play the clip, we talk facts and we listen to the voice from the south with the force. Yeah, the name got weight. When we press that record, know the tape will resonate. We don't chase clout waves, we dissect the scene. From the streets to the net, yeah, we cover in between. If it's viral, controversial, or the culture in flames, we bring truth to the table, never water the game. Southern voice, global reach, yeah, the brand stay rising. Real reactions only, no fake supposing. If it's cap, we call cap. If it's real, we salute. Either way, hit subscribe. If the uncensored truth, Southern Force Media. Yeah, we live with the reacts. Lay the clip, toss quick, then we speak on the facts. From the south to the world, yeah, the channel and tap. If you want real talk facts, Southern Force React. Southern Force Media. Yeah, we live with the reacts. Play the clip, pause quick, then we speak on the facts. From the south to the world, yeah, the channel on attack. If you want real talk facts, Southern Force Reacts. They debate in the comments, we address it on screen. No script, just in sight, keep the convo clean. Rent the music of drama, internet or the streets. We translate what you see to what it really means. Independent grind, yeah, the platform self-made. No industry filter on the words that we say. If it's trending, we trending, but we never gon' fold. Authenticity louder than a story you told. Southern Force Media. Yeah, we live with the reacts. Let it clip, pause quick, then we speak on the facts. From the south to the world, yeah, the channel on attack. If you want real talk facts, Southern Force Reacts. Southern Force Media. Yeah, we live with the reacts. Let it clip, pause quick, then we speak on the facts. From the south to the world, yeah, the channel intact. If you want real talk facts, Southern Force Reacts. Southern Force Media.
So when you see that logo pop up, yeah, you already know. Real reaction.
From the south to the world,
real perspective. Southern Force. Let's go.
Southern Force Media.
Man, we are back again with another one. Welcome to the Southern Force Reacts. I'm your host, Southern Force On Point. For those of you who are new to my channel, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the haters too. Keep me in that algorithm. So, today's topic, IBM Hoodlum exposed. Wack 100 for lying on Lil Cannon. Get the business clear. Man, without further ado, because this is a very long video, I'm not going to play too much of it. Coming from this brother, IBM Hoodlum. If you want to check out the rest of it, go hit his channel up and get the majority of it, okay? So without further ado, let's go ahead and find the content. Now, let me give you a description of this right here. IBM is about to show you by going into the paperwork, showing you the receipts, and he's also going to let you know how you can find the receipts as well. I'm pretty sure y'all heard 600 talking about he heard LUCE saying that all them cases is his brothers. Well, IBM is here to set the record straight and reveal the lies. Let's go.
Happened to be Jermaine's case using Lil Cannon's name. Okay. But let me put this case number in here and let me get it real quick. All right. All right. So boom. This case number is going to be, if I can get to it, man. Hold on. Give me a second. All right, boom. Let me type it in real quick. Y'all can go look it up yourself if you want to. And you can check out the charges, man. All right, boom. All right, it's gonna be 26 D C F 00104-01. Be sure to go on the Superior Court of California, County of Los Angeles website. Go to where you can put in a case number and search it. Okay, so here we go. Boom. All right, let's pull up this case. Now I'm gonna show you the error they jumped on top of, because this has happened with Lil Cannon and his brother for years, and it's still happening to this day. So when the charges hit, they seen the error and they pounced on that error. Now I'm gonna explain to you why it just doesn't make sense at all for them to even try to make content on this, because they just don't use their brain. They never have. Nobody over there on the 100 side uses their brain. That's why Wack 100 feared me so much. That's why Wack 100 lives in Utah now, because guess what? He was living in my city in Vegas. And when he knew I had to drop on him, he secretly moved out of nowhere. He didn't explain why he moved to nobody, but I know the truth because we spoke. He got up out of Vegas because of Hoodlum on my kids, bro. But anyway, so bam. April of 2025,
wow.
The beginning of April 2025.
Hold on. Wack is in Utah? Oh, wow. Got the content. Let's go.
5 is when Lil Cannon had that bail hearing that 600 just said in that audio. Yeah, Cannon stood up and said, them is my brother's charges. Well, the filing date for those charges didn't come until January 30th of this year. So that means there was no charges back in April of 2025, Mr. 600. So boom, first lie told. Okay, now mind you, if you guys go through my previous content, I had a printout from the courtroom when Lil Cannon attorney said, hey, those are not my client's charges from the criminal history. Those is his twin brother when his twin brother was using his name. They printed out some paperwork with those charges on it that the DA did, and they were able to clear up the charges that were Jermaine's versus the charges that were Cannon's. Okay, I've did content on that already. I've put that file on the screen. So just go through my previous videos and you'll see those charges that his attorney stood up and said, those are not my client's charges. Those are his twin brothers. As you can see, charges was not filed until January 30th, 2026. Now, this is the error they jumped on, because they have in the system that this is Jermaine's case. Now, mind you, this has happened before where the names get mixed up. A month or two after Cannon was seen at that bail hearing, his attorney came to see him and to explain to him that an indictment is coming soon to him for the no jumper brawl. He gave him the paperwork on it. There was no charges, but there was paperwork. That paperwork was given to Lil Cannon and emailed from the attorney to Sharice, and Sharice.
So there is an indictment on the no jumper. So this is where it gets interesting, because Wack has to show up. He has to. He has to. On Stiff Cliff, he has to, because he was involved in the no jumper situation, unless he was the one who called the authorities and reported it. That's the only way he's not gonna be in this. He's not gonna have to show up for court for this one. That's the only way. He's not gonna get questioned. Let's go.
Gave it to me. Now, if you go back and you look at my reels, my shorts, not reels, on my YouTube channel, I have pieces of that paperwork in my shorts, even with mug shots, okay, from the case, from the no jumper brawl, okay? They knew where Lil Cannon was the whole time, because they had his attorney serve him the paperwork that an indictment was coming soon on him for the no jumper brawl, right? This was after the bail hearing. Go look at the date from when I had the mug shot versus when he had a bail hearing, okay? The charges did not exist yet. They knew where Lil Cannon was the whole time. So how could they possibly say, well, we're going to go put the charges on Jermaine? No, they've been knowing who Lil Cannon was involved. They served him the paperwork while he was in MDC. Clear error. Wack and 600 jump on top of it. And let me explain something to y'all, right? We are in what? almost the second week of April, and they supposedly just arrested the twin brother for these type of charges about 2 weeks ago. So that would be like the end of March. The filing date is January 30th. With these type of charges, if you are on probation or parole, in order to be on probation or parole, they have to have, law enforcement have to have, well, P&P, should I say, needs to have a legitimate address for you to parole or probation to, whether it's a halfway house or an address you can give them that involves nobody there with any felonies or whatever the case may be. Meaning they can come and see you and know where you at all times. Okay. There is no way possible that this case was filed on the 30th of January. Okay. The charges was filed. Look at these charges. Okay. Felony. And there's a guy who is on probation, supposedly, which is the twin brother, and they let him sit for 3 months. Remember, the end of March, almost 3 months, to give him a chance to scound, evade, whatever y'all want to call it, to go on a run with these type of charges. No, they come in exactly where you are. Once they put this name in the system and they say, oh, he's on probation, they can see it. They're going right to you. They're going to go to the immediate address to pick you up on these warrants for these charges. They're not letting you sit for 2-3 months and say, okay, let's pick them up now. It's all cap. And the reason why is because these charges, they know that LUCE is in MDC. Okay. So the whole brother got locked up. His PO had to go get him out. All that's cap. All of it is cap.
Yeah, that it didn't make no sense because even the first offense, they would have came and scooped them up. You got to understand that probation and parole is a motherfucker. They know where you at. Even if you're a twin, they're gonna make you show your ID, the whole 9 yards, or your driver's license. In their case, so no. He's got to report on a regular. He got to know that PO or that probation officer got to know where he's at all times. If he don't, that's an automatic violation. Automatic. So I'm like, this is crazy. Talking about, oh, they waited till they build all these charges now, and then they come pick them up. Man, Hoodlum's right. They not finna do that. The first charge they're gonna come get you. The first. Either they're gonna wait till you come report, and they're gonna have them officers coming right around the corner on you, or they're gonna come to your house with the officers. Because your stuff automatically turns to active warrant right off the bat. So I'm like, man, that's crazy, man. I didn't get there, but let's go, because it didn't make no sense. But it makes sense now, because if my brother is locked up, I can put all these charges I want on him. And then it would take them time to have to go verify that and see if he's locked up. This is nasty work. Let's go.
Cap. That's Jermaine being under Wack's 100 thumb. He's a clout and content goblin. Wack can literally tell him to do anything and he's going to do it. So if you hear Jermaine come out and try to make any type of content saying, yeah, I was really locked up for that, it's all cap. It's all BS. That man was never locked up for these charges, and these charges are still going against Lil Cannon. So let's make that clear, because these two.
Oh, that is nasty work. Boy, that is the scum bucket of the earth. You mean to tell me that man be locked up? These charges not only belong to him, right? And I'm looking, and clearly it doesn't, right? And and his brother's running around free. But I think he said, hey, brother, now that he just got hemmed up. I don't know if it's recently or not, but yeah, but this is nasty work. So now you got to go through this whole system so it can separate times and dates and all this stuff, and then they could separate. Okay, which is yours, which is his. This is, man. I'm glad I ain't got no twin brother. Sheesh. Let's go.
Individuals are literally trying to spin the narrative that LUCE Cannon put the charges on his brother when the charges didn't even exist at that court date because they seen a clear error on this website. Okay. This happens all the time with LUCE and his brother. I've seen it multiple times when it's LUCE's case and it has Jermaine, when it's Jermaine case and it has LUCE name. I've seen it too many times. All right. But anyway, cleared that up. The next thing I want to get to is the situation with Wack 100 trying to blame Alex Alonso for being the first individual to say names. And that is a flat out lie. Mind you, back when I started creating content on Wack 100, I was a small guy, probably still is a small guy. I don't really do this to keep making money like these other individuals need to do. We got paper, we good. I do it because it's my homie. I love to do it. You know, the homie that I so-called haven't met, but been on it for years. But anyway, no matter what, I'm riding with LUCE. I don't care what the outcome comes with this situation. LUCE has never crossed me. LUCE has never done nothing wrong to me. Whatever LUCE decided to do on the internet towards other individuals, that's on him. LUCE has personally never did anything to me for me to turn my back on the homie. It's not gonna never happen. I'm too loyal. I'm too solid. But you know, I was a small guy back then, and I had mentioned this. I actually got a phone call and a text message from Wack about me exposing this, and I think it went over a lot of people's heads. So I'm gonna break it down to you. I'm gonna get to the facts right now. I'm gonna break it down to y'all. Right? Put this back on this. I'm gonna fully break it down to y'all right now. All right. Boom. When Wack 100 got on audio and blamed Alex Alonso for being the first one to drop names on a no jumper case, that was a lie. Now, mind you, I was tuned in around that time. I was actually creating content at that time on YouTube when Alex Alonso was speaking on names from the no jumper situation. Now, let's get to the facts. Go listen to my previous videos. You're going to hear exactly what I'm about to say, and I've already mentioned it multiple times, but it was overlooked. Wack heard it. He knew I hit on it. That's why he gave me that phone call. That's why he texted me like, bro, that didn't happen. That didn't happen. But what Wack don't understand is I was on the phone with Adam 22 and LUCE Cannon the day Adam exposed Wack 100. Okay. So let's get to it. When the no jumper brawl happened, remember, the first person that said names, we about to put that on the table right now. When the no jumper brawl happened, no jumper was under heat. They were under immense pressure with the police department, okay, because of what happened. So whose business is that? It's Adam's business. So the pressure comes down on him. It's kind of like when you got a dude involved in a serious crime and he has a baby mama he's with and they have a kid and they can't find him. What do? They put the pressure on the baby mama. They threaten her with, well, we going to take your kid away because we know, we can put charges on you. They start to use the scare tactic. Okay. So what the police department did with Adam was they put so much pressure on him. He had to figure out a way to give them names. Now, mind you, let's rewind. I need y'all to pay attention. There was a certain time where there was content dropped on Instagram that Adam 22 was picked up in question. Some time later, which is probably like 5 or 6 hours later, Wack and them tried to come out and say, oh, it was all cap. It was for content. No.
So basically, no jumper had the heat by law enforcement and probably pretty much the stakeholders because since they invested money into no jumper, because of course Adam was not flipping the bill by itself. He has investors, just like most of the companies you see today. So basically, this where it gets interesting right here. This is what I wanted to hear.
Adam was 100% picked up in question. Now, when they picked him up, they put the heat on him. Okay. Now, at that time, remember, Wack was pissed at LUCE Cannon and Wack. LUCE Cannon can't come up here. Wack, you getting ready to get fired. So when the police department puts that.
So he was about to get fired. He was about to get fired. And all that was actual factual. Man, this is nasty work. Let's go.
That pressure on Adam 22, Adam 22 has to give them something. So Wack 100, he has Wack 100 go up there. Wack 100 is up there begging and pleading to keep his job at No Jumper. Remember, Wack 100 is going broke, been broke. His own female, his own broad, his ride or die chick, whatever you want to call that ugly little thing, had been exposed to me and Cannon that he was going broke. Okay, so he needs that financial stability.
R&B told Hoodlum and Cannon that Wack ching ching is getting low. This is getting good. Let's go.
Ability from No Jumper numbers. Okay, he gets a check through a contract. He needs that money, so he couldn't get fired. So what does Adam 22 do? He starts threatening Wack with firing him because of the No Jumper situation. You put my business at risk. I'm getting ready to cut you if you don't give me what I need. God strike me down right now. I was on the phone call with LUCE. We tapped in with Adam. Adam verbatimly said on that phone call that Wack 100 had just came up there and was begging and pleading to keep his job. And Adam needed names. The first, I put the content out already. Go watch my stuff. The first name, when Wack 100 got to giving him names of all the IBM people that was there, the first name that came out his mouth was Gigi. We already made content on this. I've been exposed it. That's why I didn't understand how Gigi decided to turn on his day one for this dude gave up his name. Gigi was the first name he gave up on top of everybody else that was there. Okay. So now this is where the play comes in. Adam 22 gets the info he needs. He gives that back to PD. Now, this is how Wack covers his tracks. Okay. Now I keep my job. Adam, I keep my job. We get the bag. Okay. So boom. If you notice, Wack 100 is back up there.
Now, part of that is true. Wack is may be suffering some financial woes, but that's not the main reason why he was begging for his job back. The reason why he was begging for his job back is, now this is not what Adam said. This is just my opinion, and this is what I think why Wack was begging for his job back. Because you gotta understand, when you're a confidential source, you have to point out big fish so you won't be the fish to get caught. You know what I mean? So if he lose that job, which the feds want him to keep that job, because for a simple fact, it gives them the people they need. They don't have to even go look for them. All he got to do is just say their name and all that stuff and get a reaction out of them. And then once he got all the information, yada, 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 guess what? Feds swooping in on him. Remember, almost everyone who was into politics that went up to No Jumper got them handcuffs on them. Nasty work. Let's go.
Here, putting everything on IBM. Mind you, remember the day after the brawl, Wack 100 was all over the internet taking claim to what happened up at No Jumper. This is what happened when you mess with Wack 100. This is what happened when you mess with me. Taking credit for everything that happened. But after what I just explained, you see all of that switched. Now it's Adam. We can keep getting this bag together. I keep my job. And guess what? We can throw it all on LUCE Cannon and IBM. That's when you seen the episode when Wack popped back up there. had the watch with him that his homeboy Cuban Rob took off Jay Reed and start blaming everything.
Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3. And we got one more suspect. That's messed up. So Cuban Rob took the watch off of him. And Wack brought the watch to No Jumper, lied, and said, "Oh, one of the staff members seen the watch and gave it to me, and because I recognize who watch it was." So that makes you accessory. You do realize that, right? Because that don't even hold water, because you lied. You said a staff member that works at No Jumper got that watch and came to you with it, and you got the watch from them. You brought it to No Jumper, and you put it, I guess, in front of the cameras to show that, hey, I ain't stealing his watch. I brung it back. But that also proves that you're accessory. Nasty work. Let's go.
On LUCE Cannon and IBM. So there was the first narrative being spent. The names was already given up. The police department had what they had. There was no more pressure. Now we can go living our lives how we usually do it at No Jumper. Okay. Now, when Cannon gets arrested, which I've been saying, I 100% believe that when Adam 22 decided to let LUCE Cannon come back up to No Jumper and sit down with Brick Baby, I honestly think that was a setup, because LUCE Cannon and Brick Baby was supposed to sit down and have that same show together 2 weeks prior to when it really happened. Okay, supposedly Wack called in, made threats towards Brick Baby. Brick Baby didn't feel comfortable, so Adam 22 pushed the sit down with LUCE Cannon and Brick Baby, pushed it away for 2 weeks. 2 weeks later is when they finally sat down. The next day, they both got indicted. That sit down was orchestrated for them to be followed and for them to be able to get picked up because they would know where they're at. Okay. I honestly believe that's what happened in that situation. That's why I say No Jumper is.
That makes perfectly good sense, because he is right. The next day, they got jammed up, both of them. And I do remember Adam was supposed to have that sit down prior to. I just didn't know how when it was. But all of these are facts. Whew, this is nasty work. Let's go.
The police department. Everything up there is the feds. Everybody, oh, Wack go up there every Thursday. Wack, I go up there every Thursday. Y'all know where I'm at. Y'all got a problem. Y'all know where I'm at every Thursday. Yeah, that's like pulling up at a police department on a Thursday, bro.
Thanks.
But anyway, they go back to living a normal lives. Wack up there blaming LUCE Cannon and IBM. That had nothing to do with me. That was a setup by LUCE Cannon when it was all orchestrated through Wack. Okay. But so when LUCE Cannon gets arrested, now everything really plays into their hands, because now the homie is in a situation to where he can't defend himself. So when Wack 100 heard the first time me speak on that phone call that Adam told me and LUCE that he went up there and told all the names to all the IBM members that was involved, he found a way to cover that up to where the internet will be blinded to the audio, the video I put out. Okay. That's why it was overlooked. So what does he do? He goes and recruits somebody he knows that wouldn't have no shame with mentioning those names. Somebody that wouldn't have no shame of telling. Somebody who wouldn't have no shame at doing anything involved with Cannon because she was bitter. And that was Gigi. Okay. He went and recruited Gigi. Gigi, remember, was the bitter baby mama. Okay. Gigi knew IBM very well. Only one she didn't really know was Gizzy. She didn't know Gizzy like that. Now pay attention. Remember, she didn't know Gizzy. Gizzy was the only one out of everybody from the No Jumper situation that Wack orchestrated a sit down with on her YouTube channel where he sat up there and incriminated himself. Okay. Had Gigi interrogate him and incriminated himself. And not only that, he was lying. He set up on the YouTube video with her, claimed he never met me. I was the first dude he ever met when he came to Vegas. I'm the one that introduced him personally to Lil Cannon. I got photos with the man for the last 20 years. On top of that, Wack made sure that Gigi got up on there, incriminated himself, and also said that had nothing to do with Wack. Wack made sure.
See, you got to understand, Wack promised you things that he can never deliver, because in the end, it's always a play with him. He'll buddy with you. He'll turn around and say, well, man, I ain't gonna get you involved, man. You cool with me. I ain't never had no problems with you. I don't know why this is going on, that going on. You're like, oh man, okay, shoot, come to find out, he all right. But you don't know. You're expendable. And once he makes his move to get himself out of law enforcement's way and put you in their way, it's over. Let's go.
That his name got cleared through somebody that was there, because Gizzy, oh, I'm with Wack 100. I'm a ride for Wack. And I wouldn't say don't even know, because we told Gizzy that Wack mentioned his name to Adam, told his name to Adam. We told him that. So that's why we were confused. Like, why this dude going against the grain for somebody that told his name? You see what I'm saying? So Wack recruits Gigi. Gigi being bitter and knowing everybody from IBM, what does she do? She gets on YouTube and she gets to saying everybody's name, government name. Okay. Now, Wack 100, like, okay, now the distraction from what Hoodlum said, I hope nobody really paid attention. Now they're going to focus on Gigi. Why you think the promo behind Gigi was so big? Wack 100, everybody was pushing Gigi, because when that promo was that big, your eyes tend to go that way and off of the person who originally said the names.
He's 100% right, because we were so focused on the no jumper brawl. We were so focused on the brother who was in the hospital. We were so focused on that. He had to divert your attention from it. So he put Gigi in the spotlight. And of course, and I'm not gonna say bitter, because I don't know her. I don't know her like that. But she tired of bullshit of LUCE for her own personal reasons. Nothing to do with nobody else. It's just her own personal reasons with him. She lay with that man, so she probably have some type of gripe or issue. But that's all Wack needed to take the light off of him, reflected on her, and she really don't give a fuck who damn she's saying or what, even though he's using that, but she don't know it. This a cold game, man. This a cold little midget, man. He's something the fuck else, man, because it makes sense
when I exposed that. So now they're focusing on Gigi. So people are like, okay, Gigi is saying the names. After Gigi was saying those names is when Alex Alonso and Munchie B decided to say those names. Remember, the internet is infamous for saying, well, if it's already on the internet, then we could speak on it too.
Right.
Alex Alonso and Munchie B did not start mentioning names until after Gigi mentioned the names. When Gigi was recruited by Wack 100 to mention these names purposely. It was orchestrated through Wack. Wack had a serious sit down with this girl. Why you think he was pushing her YouTube channel the way it was? This is his way of blinding y'all to what he does. This is 100% facts. And like I said, go through my old videos. I've been exposed this, but it was overlooked. When he heard me expose that phone call with Adam and me and LUCE about him telling on the homies, he hurry up and found a way to make sure y'all looked a different direction. And that's when he recruited Gigi. And Gigi knew all the information. He knew Gigi would get on her YouTube channel, say all the names, and everybody will follow suit. Now he's trying to spin the narrative on Alex Alonso. Alex Alonso was the first one to say names. That's a lie. Gigi said the names before Alex Alonso, and Gigi only covered up his tracks. But anyways, man, I had to get that out there. If you guys didn't know, I stand on what I said 100%. Of course, Big Bird Adam 22, he gonna lie. He gonna say it's not true. And of course, Wack gonna say it's not true. That's what they supposed to say when they're in cahoots, when they found out a way to still get the bag through content and throw LUCE under the bus. If you notice, that's what it was after. It was let's throw Lil Cannon under the bus while we get.
Man, nasty work, man. That's all we're going to play on that one. Those of you who want to check out the channel, please go to IBM Hoodlum's channel. Start looking at that stuff. Put the pieces together. Go to Damo Keyway Conversations. Put those pieces together. Go to Smoked Out TV. Put those pieces together. Go to Stand on the Media. Put them pieces together. Definitely go to the GOAT. Most Scandalous Los Angeles. Put those pieces together. Byron Blake, myself, we've been telling y'all, but nobody believe, oh, we just some haters. Oh, we this. Oh, we that. Oh, we mad because we ain't got the lifestyle that he had. What lifestyle? What? Think about it. If he's going through a divorce, which we're going to touch on that because there's a new update on that. Shout out to that Henny girl. He's on the verge of losing a great deal in a divorce, right? He's been into civil suits, right? He's moving from place to place, right? He damn near got fired from No Jumper, right? And there's still the main source is that he's a confidential source because there's no way you're going to make it out that Willard, Texas situation. I know. I'm from Texas. They don't cater to niggas like that. What's wrong with you? That's the South. So y'all can see where this is going, man. All his stuff, everything that he lied about is getting exposed. Everything that he's tried to elude and he tried to deflect. Now that mirror, he's got basically a what is called a cylinder mirror, and it's called a cylinder mirror syndrome, where you have told so many lies that mirror grew and grew and grew, and even though you turn your back to it, right, so you won't see the mirror, it grew, and it curved around you until it surrounds you. It locked you in. So you can't do nothing but to see the real you. That's all my time for today. Thank you guys for coming, man. Like, share, subscribe, man. I appreciate the love. I appreciate all the support, man. And I definitely appreciate them haters. Keep me in the algorithm. We out.
Yeah. Southern Force in the building, turn the speakers up. We don't just watch, we break it down and cut it up. They said react channels everywhere will make you different. We don't just play the clip, we talk facts and we listen. From the South with the force, yeah, the name got weight. No request that record, know the take on resonate. We don't chase cloud waves, we dissect the scene. From the streets to the net, yeah, we cover in between. If it's viral, controversial, water, culture, and flames, we bring truth to the table, never water the game. Southern Voice, global reach, yeah, the brand stay rising. Real reactions, only no fake, surprising. If it's cat, we call cat. If if it's real, we salute. Either way, hit subscribe, get the uncensored truths. Hey, Southern Force Media, yeah, we live with the reacts. Play the kid, pause quick, then we speak on the facts. From the south to the world, yeah, the channel intact. If you want, we'll talk back. Southern Force Reacts, they debate in the comments, we address it on screen. No script, just insight, keep the convo clean. Whether music or drama, internet or the streets, we translate what you see to what it really means. Independent grind, yeah, the platform self-made. No industry filter on the words that we say. If it's trending, we trend it, but we never gon' fold. Authenticity louder than the story you told. Hey, Southern Force Media, yeah, we live with the reacts. Play the clip, pause quick, then we speak on the facts. From the south to the world, yeah, the channel intact. If you want, real talk back. Southern Force Reacts. So when you see that logo pop up, you already know. Real reactions, real perspective, Southern Force, let's go. Southern Force Media, yeah, we live with the reacts. Play the clip, pause quick, then we speak on the facts. From the south to the world, yeah, the channel intact. If you want, real talk back. Southern Force Reacts. So when you see that logo pop up, you already know. Real reactions, real perspective, Southern Force, let's go.